Slop content, I noticed a portion of people saying that it's just rage bait and that people are taking things too seriously. And sure, you can argue that the world is oh so sensitive and refuses to coddle problematic media, or even that people like me fall for the rage bait when we talk about this stuff. But at the end of the day, every action has a reaction, and saying something is rage bait does not make the content okay or just. I feel that's obvious, but it's important to reiterate that the media you consume affects you. Whether you agree with the whole fiction affects reality argument is completely besides the point. Because at the end of the day, if you continuously consume and create content surrounding harmful and problematic media and ideals, you are going to either suddenly or severely reflect the content you are fed. That's just how the brain works, and it works especially on younger teens and children, which happen to be the main perpetrators of what we'll be discussing today. Children and young teens will see content online that they perceive as interesting, edgy, cool, whatever, and they will regurgitate that content onto their own art and behaviors, because that's how developing brains function. Most parents are either not able to or simply don't monitor their kids' online intake. And if there's nobody online to explain why something is wrong, then people can be easily swept into dangerous communities and ideologies. Always remember that what you may perceive as an obvious fact may actually be a not so obvious possibility for someone younger than you. Of course, I'm not saying that everyone online doing rage bait or being weird is just an unknowing kid, but I'm definitely saying that there are people like that out there, and education over harassment is always important in situations like this. I believe this is an explanation for a person's actions, but as soon as that person understands the gravity of their actions and simply doesn't care, then that's obviously different. If you are conscious enough of your actions to know that you can use what is essentially an explanation as an excuse, then you know better. And it shouldn't be normalized to use mental health as an excuse to throw swastikas onto your Dandy's World animation. Mental health definitely plays into a person's actions, how susceptible they are to worsening their behaviors, and especially how weak they are when it comes to feeding into such things, but that doesn't necessarily excuse the behaviors themselves. And if a person doesn't make efforts to grow and change, then there's not much anyone can do. The problem is nowadays, with the extremist nature of TikTok cancel culture specifically, people may get labeled problematic 24/7, and you can never really tell if it's because they happen to follow a problematic or canceled creator, or if they're genuinely like a dangerous person. Entertainment over education is optimized, and younger creators deemed problematic are picking up cues that if they blame everything on their mental health and struggles, people will defend and sympathize with them. And even younger creators that do minimal things wrong or happen to make a minor mistake are being bashed, and it's really upsetting. This pattern of thinking is concerning because it's teaching more young teens that it's okay to do something when it's genuinely dangerous for both the creator and the audience viewing the content. Throwing dog whistles for pedophilia, Nazism, necrophilia, and harmful pro-contact paras onto animations for attention and clout is genuinely so dangerous for everyone involved. For one, the people often defending the creators are the people signaled in by the dog whistles or possible predators just looking for susceptible individuals. Either that or they're other children that don't understand the gravity of the situation or how serious it actually is. And the average viewer would usually catch onto the issues within the content itself and just report it. But of course, not everyone knows better, and TikTok is always going to be full of younger children and audience members. It's highly likely that what you may deem as a rage bait shitpost covered in map flags will be seen by a random kid online as cool or funny. And that kid may go down a rabbit hole of that content or possibly even post content with similar imagery. And you'd really think I'm stretching here, but that's just how easily harmful content is normalized and spread online, and it's much more common than you think. Just because you aren't viewing it directly or seeing it doesn't mean it's not happening. It's a lot more serious than you think, actually. Younger teens and children will always look up to the people they see online. That's just the way things are. And unsurprisingly, children will view rage bait content as edgy or cool, and, well, problematic is kind of like the new edgy. Which definitely shouldn't be the case, but sadly kind of is. When I was doing a deep dive through the depths of TikTok for all these videos, I noticed that a lot of them have captions like this. People saying that it's a shitpost, it's a joke, don't take this seriously. Meanwhile, it's literally an animation of a random adult character thinking about assaulting a kid. At the end of the day, whether you or your friends think it's a funny, rage-baity joke, you still drew, animated, posted, and left videos like this up. You are technically part of the problem, and that's just the truth. And of course, these people can claim it's a satire on the topic all they want, but to be satire, you actually need to poke fun at the source material and give some sort of gravity on why it's bad. And making snappy, eye-catching animations just isn't a satire. It's glorified fan art, if not just that. The attention you want to get out of posting this content is still one of the reasons you made it in the first place and went as far as you did. At the end of the day, you are contributing to such severe harm and making jokes out of MAP, minor attracted persons, content, then yeah, you are pushing that content further. Call me crazy, call me a madman, but if you are making animations of a map/pedo character talking about how they love little girls while flashing images of a child character on screen, then yes, you are weird, and you are part of the problem, and that is weird. If you take discussions surrounding assault, necrophilia, domestic abuse, BDSM, and other explicit content and slapping it onto random cartoon characters to be quirky and edgy, then yeah, you're not funny. Glorifying topics such as pedophilia and indulging in pedophilic content is dangerous no matter the circumstances. Same thing goes for content revolving Nazism, necrophilia, SA. Turning paraphilias, kinks, and fetishes into quirky caricatures is glorification at the end of the day. Glorification is more than just like, oh wow, this character is so cool, look. If you make eye-catching and pleasing animations that a kid would watch, then yeah, these characters are going to seem cool and appetizing to kids. And of course, calling it rage bait or a joke doesn't negate its harmful and adverse effects. And I haven't seen many people saying this specifically, but you can make problematic OCs that aren't just pedophiles, abusers, and Nazis. You can make nuanced OCs with commentary on those subjects, or even make just a, quote, problematic OC that gambles or drinks, etc. There's so much else you could be doing with your time, I guess. Seriously, guys. It's also crazy important to mention that spreading awareness on why this content is bad is more than crucial. It may seem like obvious, but to most people it surprisingly isn't. Commenting hate and death threats probably won't stop anyone pushing this rage bait slop content because they feed off of negative attention. It's always best to block and report content like this directly to TikTok if you have the means to do so. And overall, just don't interact with content like this as a whole. The more you watch, the more it'll pop up everywhere. Rage baiting and being, quote, problematic has become a very genuine way of farming views and clout nowadays. And it's not surprising that kids are picking up on this too. I mean, when I was younger, I wanted to be a YouTuber so bad I probably would have done like anything to get there. It's no surprise that kids now view TikTokers in a similar way to how we viewed YouTubers. And communities such as Dandy's World, Forsaken, and other cutesy mascot horror-like games and content that have large fan bases consisting of kids, they're gonna take a liking to this stuff. What I'm trying to say is, it's no surprise that communities filled with impressionable people are going to harbor impressionable communities and content. Children and young teens with worse mental health are going to be edgy online, and I don't expect kids to be perfect when it comes to their actions. But with the amount of impressionable kids online, it's really concerning seeing in real time just how mangled learning is nowadays. For example, a kid in elementary school or middle school makes a stupid 9/11 joke because they heard some other people say it. That kid gets in trouble, but they usually get educated on why those kinds of jokes are, well, bad. However, because a lot of time for kids nowadays is sadly spent online, a kid online will see people making jokes about being a pedophile or necro, and will go and slap those flags on their OCs or other characters. But instead of people explaining why it's wrong, they just kind of get yelled at, and the kid retaliates by doing worse stuff solely for attention. And I definitely think that's one of the biggest reasons younger kids shouldn't be online, but me saying that isn't doing much in terms of actually stopping that, but you know. Hopefully this whole problematic epidemic thing calms down a bit and improves at least slightly, maybe at some point. Also, if you are an adult engaging in the pushing of this content and for some reason needed to hear this, this is your sign to pull yourself together. Genuinely. Thank you all for watching, and what did you guys think about this topic? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. And always, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it in the future, consider subbing and hitting the bell icon to be notified of when I post next. As well as consider joining our community's Discord server. We post game nights, whiteboards, and we're close to 2,000 members. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a great day, my angels. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for playing the Mario Maker 2 game. We're glad you all enjoy the final major update, so we thought we'd show some rejected updates that didn't make the cut. You've seen vertical thwomps and also sideways thwomps, but get ready because now there are diagonal thwomps. If you thought their unpredictability was fun before, wait until you see these bad boys. We thought Lakitus were a little limited since they could only throw enemies and items, so we've expanded them to be able to throw absolutely anything. Hey look, it's raining Bowsers! This works for gizmos as well, so be on the lookout for a storm of bumpers, saws, or even skewers. You can even have Lakitus throwing Lakitus. We know that you've always wanted a restart from checkpoint button because it can be so annoying to accidentally select start over and lose your checkpoint progress. So that's why we've updated the pause menu to not have a restart button at all. Now you don't have to worry about accidentally restarting the level anymore. We know how frustrating it can be to only have 500 seconds on the clock, so we've updated the timer to infinity. That's right, you don't have to worry about that pesky timer anymore. We've all grown to love Hammer Bros since the original Mario, but you've probably noticed that they've been a little too easy to dodge in Mario Maker 2. So that's why we added Sniper Bros. They throw hammers directly at you at high speed, so you really have to watch out. Oh man, just a little too slow. We're sure you'll have lots of fun with these guys. I bet you didn't think you could love Hammer Bros any more than you already do. Our algorithm for Endless Mode has always been based on levels that don't have a high ratio of boos, so now you'll get to experience our new mode, Mega Boo Endless, where every level picked has a high boo ratio. This way you can really appreciate when you play regular Endless Mode, and we can assure you, there is a major difference. We know that you love the cool night mode options for each background theme, so now we've decided to let you mix night mode features together. That's right, now you can have that windy low gravity level, or even that upside down dark water level. There are so many combinations, and none of them are terrible. We know how limited you felt with only being able to give a level 1 clear condition, but get ready because now you can combine any number of clear conditions. Now the player can be required to collect 50 coins while holding a POW and never touching the ground after jumping. Another fun combination would be killing all 20 Hammer Bros while in a frog suit and not taking damage. The combinations are nearly infinite. This update for Mario Maker 2 will thankfully never come out. Thanks for watching! We decided to show you even more rejected updates that didn't quite make it to the game, so let's-a go! We have a new power-up that's inspired from Metal Mario in Super Mario 64. This time you're Metal Mario, but you have actual metal physics. This means you drop faster and harder on enemies since you're heavier, but you also can't jump very high, and don't even think about wall jumping. Being heavier has other side effects too. In New Super Mario Bros, we had a mini mushroom which would turn you into Mini Mario. So for Mario Maker 2, we took it one step further and are giving you a micro mushroom that turns you into Micro Mario. Now you can jump around through levels as a tiny dot. Isn't that neat? The snake block has been one of the game's most popular and beloved items, and since we had one that moves slowly and another that moves faster, you'll have some real fun with turbo snake blocks. If you thought the blue snakes were fast, just wait till you get a level with these bad boys. You'll have a hard time keeping up, and trust us, it will be so fun. We know you're tired of only being able to put items and most enemies in blocks, so now you can put absolutely anything inside of them. Now you can finally make that hilarious troll level where every block has a big Bowser in it. And who wouldn't love to play a level with no flag at the end, only to find out that it's in a hidden block? Need a checkpoint? Maybe you'll get lucky and find one in a block. You can even make blocks that spit out other blocks. It doesn't make sense, but it doesn't have to. Now you can add some classic Mario Maker trolls to your Super World map and the mushroom houses. Which pipe should you go into? Only one way to find out. If you pick right, you gain 5 lives, but if you pick wrong, you lose 5 lives. Haha, he picked the wrong pipe and died. Classic. You can also now add traps in the minigame houses with trolls, like a house that explodes. Too bad, now you lose 5 lives. How about this house? Uh-oh, you got soft locked. Lose 5 lives. How about this house over here? Oh no, a thwomp came from off screen. Can't you tell how much fun this would be? This last update takes the sun and moon to a whole new galaxy. We have the sun and the moon, and now we have a black hole. It moves just like the sun and moon, except if you touch it, the entire level disappears, including the pause menu buttons. And just like how there's a night theme for each background, there's a black hole theme for each, and in all of them the entire level is black except for the player. Just imagine, desert in a black hole, snow in a black hole, or even water in a black hole. The possibilities are literally 10. We present to you your rejected updates. Since everyone loved the Sniper Bros from our previous video, we're introducing Sniper Bowser. He's tired of you easily dodging his slow fireballs, so now you better stay on your toes. Since we know everyone loves auto-scroll levels, we're giving you 2 new speeds. The first is Slug. This allows you to really take in the level as it creeps forward at very slow speed. Then we have Fighter Jet. Just you try to make it through this speed with any sort of control. We're sure you'll love it. We showed you the Micro Mushroom in the previous video, now we're showing you the Monster Mushroom. This mushroom will make you grow so big that you destroy everything you walk into. Including the goals, so be careful. Our database of levels just hit 10 billion 1-1 remakes, so we're adding a new button to the home screen called Upload 1-1, which immediately creates a 1-1 level and uploads it for you. This removes all that hassle of having to be creative when making levels. Since you have the Angry Sun and the Moon, we're introducing the Angry Planet. It's just like the Angry Sun, but much bigger. You may be good at dodging the sun, but just you try to dodge this planet, you literally can't. We know how hard Super Expert and Expert can be, and heck, even normal and easy can be a challenge to not die, so we're introducing Auto Endless Mode, where we give you only auto levels, and this mode can automatically hold whatever buttons the level title says. Rack up a super high score by doing literally nothing. This mode includes an auto next feature, so when you clear one level, it will start the next without you pressing any buttons. So now you can go play with your friends outside while you get a new high score inside. In addition to these, we're also adding a bunch more features like Light Speed Dash Block. You go so fast the camera can't even follow you. Black Pipes. They're like red pipes, but they poop out everything much faster. Sharp Slopes. They're like steep slopes, except they're so steep you can't run up them and you can't slide down them. Cool. We're finally unveiling the mysterious new game mode that's been blank all this time, and it's everyone's favorite Mario game, Hotel Mario. That's right, now you can add tons of doors and elevators. Then add some Koopas, a coin, some Goombas, and then play your own awesome hotel level. And of course, this will still be available in all background styles like Haunted Mansion, Cave, and Castle. We know that Meowser is your favorite thing about 3D World, so now we're adding him to all 4 other game modes. Now you can watch him jump constantly off screen, flying through the air spitting fire, and shoot fireballs at you from off screen in any game mode. We're absolutely sure you won't hate him. Mario's getting a new power-up, and it's an American classic, the cheeseburger. Eating a cheeseburger will cause you to gain weight, move slower, not jump as high, and you'll crush all enemies without hopping off. But be careful, you can eat more than one cheeseburger and gain more weight, and if you have one too many, you'll die of a heart attack. Since everyone loves the unpredictability of snake blocks, we're going to be adding snake thwomps. Just pick the direction you want to go and watch the fun. You can't possibly tell us that this would be annoying. We know that the clear check is always the hardest part about getting your level online. Some of you have been super smart and put hidden blocks along the beginning up to a door that takes you to the end, but now we're making it even easier by letting you upload a level without a clear check. That's right, now you can build the hardest levels without having to actually beat them. And we are sure that there is no way this new feature can be abused, because even though you could upload a level like this, we know you have the integrity not to. In addition to these, we're adding a bunch more features like Nuclear Bob-omb. He's like the big Bob-omb, except bigger, and he will destroy absolutely everything 12 blocks away from him. If you thought Boom Boom was a little too easy to deal with, just wait until you see him act like a kid having a temper tantrum. Voice chat in multiplayer. This couldn't possibly be a bad idea.
Don't do it!
Lots of new fun sound and visual effects like an alarm clock, blurring the screen, and you can finally rickroll someone when you troll them. You've seen thwomps go down, sideways, diagonal, and in snake block directions, so what's the only direction they haven't gone? Forward. We are now adding a thwomp that will charge toward the screen when you get close and, uh-oh, they break your screen, which makes it harder to see where you're going. And if there's one thing all Mario Maker players love, it's levels that obscure their vision. We know how much everyone loves the different night themes, so now we're adding the ability to switch themes in the middle of a level. Just go to the special new on-off switch and select which night theme to change it to when it gets hit. Then you can make some great setups like starting in the dark and switching to the wind, or starting with low gravity and switching to upside down. We know you'll have lots of fun and not be frustrated at all. For years, Mario has stomped on Goombas, but now you get to live out your dream and become a Goomba with the new Goomba power-up. Just grab this Goomba mushroom and you'll instantly take on all of the Goomba's dynamic features like walking to the left and walking to the right. There are so many possibilities. Have you ever been all out of lives but don't want to lose your progress? Well, now with microtransactions, just buy some more lives. In a tough part of a level and could really use a mushroom? Just charge it to your parents' credit card. They played Mario when they were younger, so they'll understand. Now if you play Panga's toughest level, Divine Garden, you can just purchase a door to the flagpole, and then you can brag to all your friends that you're on the clear list. This icon on the clear list will show that you used a microtransaction, but if you want the icon removed, you can just pay a little more to have it hidden. A Super Mario Odyssey game mode has been one of the most common update suggestions, so we're finally delivering and letting you create levels that are based on Odyssey's 8-bit side-scroller minigames. Just place all of your items and enemies, and press play. We noticed how upset fans were when they found out that a bunch of items and enemies are unique to only 3D World, so for the Odyssey game mode, we're making sure to not have any unique items at all. That's right, this mode is basically the same thing as the Mario 1 game mode and just looks a bit different, but that's how we knew you would prefer it. The Koopa Car and Meowser are everyone's favorite things in 3D World, so we're combining them to make Meowser in a car. Just wait and see how many hours of fun you have. Introducing the Lava Suit. This lets you dive into lava as if it's water and swim all around. Even though you can't see anything down where you're swimming, we know you'll have a great time. We know how limiting the current online play is with only allowing 4 players at a time, so now we'll be adding up to 100 players. You might experience a tiny bit of extra lag, but it'll be worth it to play with 99 of your closest pals. The recent Bowser's Fury game was so popular, we're putting Fury Bowser into all game modes. Super Mario 1, Super Mario 3, Super Mario World, New Super Mario Bros. U, and 3D World. And we're including him at his actual huge size. So instead of random Bowser fireballs when you get close to Bowser, you'll get random giant flames that cover most of the screen. So all you can do is hope you're not standing in the wrong spot or you'll be toast. We all know how much fans love the Twister, so we're adding a supercharged version. The Angry Tornado. This new Twister will suck you in if you get too close, shoot you ridiculously high up in the air, and it'll capture literally anything that's around it. Lag has always been a big problem in online play since you never really know who is causing it, and we at Nintendo have never done anything to fix it. Until now. Introducing One Player Versus mode. That's right, this mode will connect you to yourself. So now you can play through all the randomized versus levels, and if you experience any lag, you'll have only yourself to blame. With all of the people who are so bad in versus mode, we decided to even things out by adding the blue shell from Mario Kart. So now if you're in last place, any enemy turns into a blue Koopa so you can kick its shell and insta-kill the player in the lead. This is extra fun if someone is waiting at the flagpole. RTX mode. With it turned off, everything looks normal and cartoony. With it turned on, you can make everything look super realistic and not creepy at all. Rabid Chain Chomps. They're angrier, move faster, and always attack towards the player. And if you wait too long, they break off the chain straight at you. Reverse Donuts. You can switch them to go down or up, and players will have so much fun trying to guess which way they're gonna go. Exciting news for the 30 people that still play their Wii U. We are porting Mario Maker to Lite. It'll be a lighter version that only removes a few features like Endless Mode, Online Play, World Maker, Ninja Speedruns, Story Mode, 3D World, the 4 new backgrounds, all night themes, and also only the new enemies, power-ups, and items. Oh, and slopes. But you do still get the fun intro animations, so it'll totally feel like the full version. Everyone wants the Cappy power-up, but that would take way too much time for our developers to program, so we're giving you the Crappy power-up. It looks like the Cappy power-up, but it doesn't do anything. Neat. We're unveiling a new game mode, and this time around it's Mario Teaches Typing. So toss out your Joy-Cons and plug in your keyboard because now you'll get to beat levels by only typing. Certified MLG Mario Maker player TheBeast721 got a beta copy of this mode, and here's what he has to say about it.
Yeah, so I was having lunch with Miyamoto the other day, and he let me try out the new mode, and it's awesome. So glad now when I get a really hard level, I can just type out words instead of actually playing it.
Stickers have always been a great way to show what you thought about a good or a difficult level. But so far you've had no stickers to put on bad levels. Well, not anymore, because we are introducing a host of stickers to place when you really strongly dislike a level. Things like, make it stop, showing where the creator put a hidden block, or just to run far away from the level. Or that the level is just, well, I think you know what this means. Now you can tell other players when they're in for a really bad time. Hidden question blocks have been a part of Mario since the very beginning, where you don't know the block is there until you jump under it. Well, now we're giving that option for all of our blocks. Now there will be so many great levels using this feature. I'm sure you'll be so excited the first time you hit an invisible spike block. Way back when the Wii introduced innovative motion controls, everyone wondered, what would it be like to act out Mario's moves? Well, wonder no more, because we're introducing the Mario Maker Motion Mode. Just plug in a USB camera and act out what you want Mario to do in the level. Just don't give yourself a heart attack, because we absolve ourselves of all responsibility. Everyone loves the Koopa car, but wouldn't it be great if it was just a little more realistic? Well, we're adding a gas tank. This means that as you drive, the meter runs from full to empty, and as you get closer to empty, it starts smoking and slowing down. Then 3 seconds later, bang, it explodes, which is also what happens in real life. We know how limiting it can be to only have 4 sets of doors, so now we're adding unlimited doors. The possibilities are literally infinite. And just think about how much fun this would be. You've seen the 10, 30, and 50 coin, but now we're introducing a coin that's really nice, the 69 coin. Nice. As an added bonus, anytime you collect the coin, all enemies on screen will pause and say nice.
Nice.
Even Bowser.
Nice.
With the crazy popularity of this level, 1-1 with a twist, we realize that fire bars are just so limited in their length. Well, not anymore. Now you can make them as long as you want. Just imagine how much fun people can have with your levels now. We're unveiling a brand new game mode, and it is Game & Watch mode. That's right, now you can build levels with all the challenging restrictions of the Game & Watch series. You can make classics like a Bowser fight on the bridge. Or you can still make hot garbage like thwomps coming from off screen. Or everyone's favorite, pick a pipe. Dark levels. And upside down levels. People will love playing your level for about 15 seconds. Fire bars have always been neat, but they're a little too easy to pass by. That's why we're introducing Furious bars. They spin so fast, they're literally impossible to pass by. You'll have so much fun accidentally dying to them. We all know skewers are great, but they can be a little bit boring. So we're adding snake skewers. Just drag it like this and watch it go. Good luck predicting where this is gonna go. You'll never see it coming because it looks unnatural. We're also releasing spinning skewers. And also 8-way skewers. Definitely not terrifying. Everyone loves Magic Koopas, but they're a little limited. So now we're letting them turn blocks into literally anything. It could turn into Bowser, or a flagpole, or even yourself. Since the Virtual Boy was a total failure, we wanted to give it another try, so we're adding a new background, Virtual Boy. This will transform all your colorful levels into beautiful shades of red and black. The best part is, you have to use an actual Virtual Boy to see the level. Without it, you just see black, but if you look through the Virtual Boy lens, you see all the glory. So find your parents' credit card and go to eBay to buy a Virtual Boy, and then you'll be able to play levels made in this background style. Back in the first Rejected Updates video, we showed you that we are removing the Start Over button from the pause menu because so many people would start over and accidentally lose their checkpoint progress. But now we see that people are accidentally exiting the level after a checkpoint, so our new solution is removing the exit button also. Now the only way to lose your checkpoint progress is to go to your home screen and close the software. You're welcome. We're unveiling a new package of features that we're calling Trolled, in honor of DGR's long-running series, and DGR himself has volunteered to try out the new features. We're adding a new kind of on-off switch. This one will turn off everything when you hit it. Let's see what DGR thinks of this one.
Okay, looks like we have to hit the on-off to go through.
Since everybody loves Meowser's unpredictability, we're making a Meowser version of every enemy.
Okay, here we go. What the heck was that? Okay, what? Okay. Oh my, what is this thing? Oh my goodness!
We're also unveiling two great new clear conditions. The first one being that you have to die to beat the level.
So Nintendo added new clear conditions. I'm really excited about this. Wait, what? Do I really? You have to die.
The next being that you have to like the level in order to beat it.
All right, we beat the level. Wait. Oh, I forgot about the clear condition. Wait. So to win, we have to pause. We like the level.
First, we removed the restart button because people kept accidentally losing their checkpoint progress. Then we removed the exit button because people kept accidentally exiting the level. But now people keep accidentally pressing home and exiting software, so we finally disabled all home and power buttons.
All right, Checkpoint City, baby. It's a beautiful city that... Okay, I can't exit the level. I'm pressing the home button. Nothing is working!
Since we've shown thwomps in literally every direction except upwards, we're finally adding them. Except they don't look at you when you get nearby.
So, what could possibly happen here? No, okay, alright, so thwomps can go up now.
We noticed that so many people have a hard time collecting all of the different costumes for every achievement, and we at Nintendo don't want anyone to feel left out, so we're going to remove all costumes entirely.
Why don't I have any costumes? That's just dumb.
We know how skip squeaks have always been slow and don't jump very high, so we're introducing spring squeaks. They look just like regular skip squeaks, but have enhanced properties.
So there's no way this skip squeak can kill me, right? Okay, apparently I'm wrong.
To celebrate our 10th Rejected Updates video, we've decided to go through the comments in all 9 videos and pick a combination of good, bad, and really weird ideas. So let's-a go. Can of spinach, become Popeye, punch stuff. That's right, now you get a can of spinach, you become Popeye, and you punch stuff. The Kill Bill, kill everything, even you. Yep, this doesn't look terrifying at all. Toilet, poop in it. That's right, now this P meter stands for poop, and when it reaches the top, you better find a toilet or else you'll pop. Doesn't that stink? Dumb Goomba, it does nothing but watching you, not creepy at all. That's right, now you can add a Goomba behind the little doodads in the levels, and its eyes follow you and do nothing else. Definitely not creepy. Hyperspeed Goombas. Wow, that's fast. Update, everything just burn. Okay then. Rejected update, explosive doors. Yeah, now everyone will love your levels. Rejected update idea, fake claws. Even more ways to make people love your levels. Add a power-up that turns Mario into a block. Now the adventure really starts when you turn into a block. New feature, banana does nothing. There it is, there's the banana, doing nothing. Black void setting. For those weirdos who thought the night ghost house wasn't quite dark enough. A POW block that destroys everything. This special POW block will destroy everything on screen, including your score and the timer. How about a super bouncy trampolines? That's right, now we have super bouncy trampolines. You bounce so high in the air that you never come back down. Fart power up. If you get a fart power up, Mario will fart for 50 seconds. Now, instead of the dash block, you can get the fart power up and blast off way faster. Rejected update. Boos that move at the speed of light. Oh yeah, this looks like fun. Timer can now be set to 0 seconds. It lets you have all the fun of not even getting to play the level. Now your level can really stay unbeaten. Idea, God Bowser. It shoots 900 fireballs at a time. Yep, I'm gonna have nightmares. Troll flagpole. Acts like a flagpole, but you die if you touch it. This definitely won't make anybody rage. Now it's your turn. Be sure to post your own rejected ideas in the comments, and a future video could feature your idea. Thanks for watching.
Vocês curtiram bastante e hoje a gente trouxe a segunda parte das panes bizarras que rolaram em emissoras. Bora! Em 1990, durante um jogo de tênis, rolou uma falha monstra lá na manchete, entrou um colobar e a emissora saiu do ar. A manchete pôs um slide de segurança na tela até resolver o problema. Em fevereiro de 2011, rolou uma falha bizarra e engraçada lá na técnica da Globo Recife. Olhem só como ficou a voz do apresentador. Já dá pra fazer cover do Alvin e os Esquilos.
Boa noite, boa noite. Hoje véspera da eleição, preparamos uma edição especial do Renha TV, últimas informações para os eleitores.
A Globo ficou com uma tela verde e saiu do ar após o erro, mas não demorou muito para retornar. No dia 19 de maio de 93, a Manchete exibiu o programa Perfil do Otávio Mesquita, que entrevistava uma atriz, quando do nada a imagem começou a dar problema e a Manchete saiu do ar rapidamente.
Eu fico no Rio mais alguns dias, vou assistir a sua peça.
Por favor,
Teatro...
no Teatro da Praia, Círculo de 4.
Em seguida, o problema foi resolvido.
Já me contaram da sua peça, eu não vou entrar em detalhe, mas eu vou assistir, tá bom, cara?
Tá bom.
No dia 20 de janeiro de 84, pra variar, faltou luz e a Globo saiu do ar. A emissora acionou o gerador e ficou essa mensagem aí na tela até a transmissão se normalizar. Durante o intervalo dos Trapalhões, no dia 20 de janeiro de 1984, entrou um slide de segurança da Globo durante a transmissão e permaneceu assim até o programa voltar do intervalo, o que demorou um tempinho. No dia 7 de março de 2012, durante o RBS Notícias de Santa Catarina, os apresentadores falavam sobre aviação civil, quando do nada a emissora passou por problemas técnicos.
12 voos charters começam a operar a partir do dia 15 de março, com destino a Florianópolis e Curitiba.
A tela ficou assim durante alguns segundos e os apresentadores voltaram. Deu até pra ouvir o pessoal da técnica.
Bom, gente, tá fazendo uma temperatura alta em Florianópolis,
calor, né?
em todas as praias do litoral.
Olha só, esse calorão que está fazendo aí a alegria de quem pode curtir o mar, é claro. Alguns turistas, principalmente estrangeiros, acabaram de chegar.
Bom, já os moradores aqui de Florianópolis estão se sentindo os donos da praia.
Não conseguindo solucionar o problema, a RBS então colocou no ar um slide de segurança e permaneceu assim durante um tempão. Por conta dos problemas técnicos, eles viram que não tinha muito o que fazer e acabaram com o jornal mais cedo.
Muito bem, nós tivemos um problema técnico, nós pedimos desculpas a você, nosso telespectador. Nós voltamos amanhã com mais uma edição do RBS Notícias. Você fica agora com a programação normal.
Uma boa noite para você.
Boa noite, até amanhã.
No dia 22 de julho de 98, alguma pessoa descuidada apertou um botãozinho errado e entrou uma imagem padrão de teste no meio do Jornal da Globo.
A seguir... que é super parecido com Bill Gates, ganha vida à custa do sósia famoso.
Em março de 94, faltou luz lá na Globo e eles acionaram o gerador.
Chegou o seu dia de ser mais feliz.
Neste momento, vamos efetuar a troca de energia em nossos transmissores. Dentro de alguns segundos, voltaremos com a nossa programação normal.
O sinal saiu do ar, mas rapidamente foi reestabelecido. Em junho de 89, a Record passava um jogo de futebol, quando os problemas técnicos começaram. O sinal saiu do ar e entrou um colobar, em seguida o slide da emissora.
Marcou bandeira, confirma o árbitro. Aliás, marcou Walter Borges aos 35:20, final da partida. Vitória da Abrascar pelo marcador de 1-0.
O mais engraçado é que o povo que estava narrando o jogo nem parece ter percebido. Estavam até anunciando umas marcas, como se nada tivesse acontecendo. No dia 31 de outubro,